Good morning guys, the Reddish Rascals here. Sorry I haven't been on for a while, work, family commitments, and Hayley, the other half of us, has had the torn meniscus, which is cartilage in her knee, so she hasn't been down for a while, so I've been really busy doing all sorts. So I'm not going to start editing my videos now, so I do apologise. I'm going to try and turn it round so that you can have a bit of a plot tour, see where we're up to, what we've been doing, and just generally to show that I'm still here. Okay, so we've got some sunflowers along the front as usual. The compost bin is there, and as some of you may have just noticed, we have a new polytunnel after the one got destroyed last year by a mini tornado that came through the allotment and took it out. The rhubarb's picked back up. It died back weirdly earlier on in the year, but we stripped it all off, fed it and watered it, and it's coming back strong now, so that's good. We've got our inverted pea frame, so hopefully the beans and peas will grow up and it'll be easier to harvest. It's just something I'm trying this year. I've seen someone do something similar in wood, but I went with the bamboo because I can strip it down and move it if it doesn't work. It's just somewhere new. So these are our red onions. We've planted these from seed, so there's red Brunswick and red Baron, and they're doing well. One volunteer potato. We haven't grown potatoes in this area for 4 years now, so it shows how much effort it took for this one potato to grow, so we're just leaving it. We've got a few that may have been touched with white rot. We definitely had one here, but we've got this variegated one that looks like a yucca type thing, so we're just leaving it to see what it does, but the rest are starting to fill out now. Anyone that has onions that aren't ready yet, you've got about a month till the allium leaf miner starts appearing again, so I'd advise you to pick them in the next fortnight. So in the net here, I wasn't sure whether the wood pigeons would eat the celeriac, but this is our first time growing it. We really love this vegetable, but it's very slow growing, so I don't know whether I've missed the boat and it's just not going to do anything this year. This bed, I've just emptied it. I had beetroot, which we normally have huge successes with, and we got very little this year with the amount of lack of light. And the trenches where I put a row of spring onions, and they all died from white rot, so I've dug that trench out and disposed of the soil, so hopefully we won't be growing onions in these patches again anyway, so that's just something for the future. In this cage we've got at the back, try and get a bit of a closer shot, we've got the Cavionero kale, we've got our sprouts, we've got a later sowing of beetroot interplanted between the sprouts and spring onions, and they've done really well. For some reason these couple of cabbage sprouts haven't done well. These I thought were Russian red kale at first, but they're actually kohlrabi, so you can see they're just starting to fill out now a bit, so we've not had them or tried them before. This is our broccoli and cabbages patch. We took all the centre heads out of the broccoli yesterday because they were just starting to go to flower. They weren't making any bigger bits, so we're going to use them a bit like a green purple sprouting broccoli now. Just going to get that butterfly. Don't know how he's got in there, but sorry for any animal lovers, but I don't want the caterpillars on the crops. The broad beans this year have just been amazing. We did a picking yesterday, and we got 2 of the, not bags for life, but the stronger bags from well-known superstores at Asda, and we filled 2 of them yesterday. We've got a pod and shell them today and blanch them off, and we'll use them. We've got some pumpkins, but with the way the weather's been and how cold it is, they're just not doing anything. We were hoping that we'd have something for the autumn, but at the moment nothing there. This is our first raised bed that we ever did. We've got some chard interplanted with some courgettes, which only have these small courgettes, but they're really tasty, but they're not worth the effort. I've got fennel, basil, got volunteer potato coming through, some salad leaves, just a mixed bed really. This is my granddaughter's bed. She's took all the gnomes from around the plots and put them in, and sunflowers are coming on well. The strawberries, not as good as we had in previous years, but these 3 beds are going to be dismantled in the autumn and moved to a new location, as are the fruit. So we've got black currants, gooseberries and red currants, and because I netted them early, we didn't realise that it was the blackbirds that were eating all the fruit, till someone said about the blackbirds will strip a currant bush or a gooseberry bush in a day. So I've netted them early and we've had a huge crop. We must have got over a kilo of black currants, and not many gooseberries, a few 100 grams, and same for the red currants. But next year these are all being moved onto my plot. So on here we have never grown fennel. I don't even like it, the aniseed taste, but I just wanted the challenge. We've got some wild rockets, some more leaves, butternut squash, but as I said, the way the weather's been doing nothing at the moment, so hopefully we'll get a bit of an Indian summer and we can get some heat. I apologise for the plane going overhead, but we have the flight path of Manchester Airport over the top of us. These are my outdoor tomatoes, which should be virtually at the top of the canes by now if we'd had nicer weather. I've just got to tie these in today. Peppers, as you can tell, and these are California Wonder. Last year I put them in and they did amazingly outdoors, but this cold is just knocking them back constantly. Lack of light. Some celery planted, which for stew. Asparagus, this is the 2nd full year of going to this, so next year is the 3rd year, so we'll be able to actually take crops from the asparagus next year. The potato bed, we've got 3 tubs there of pink fair apples, and then these are the Sarpamera main croppers. So they haven't got blight, they're just getting older now, because these have been in since the 13th of March, and the way the weather's been, it's surprising how little water were in the tubs this year. I've had to water them even though it's been raining virtually every day, because it's just not penetrating into the tubs. But Tony O'Neill said that he puts wood chips down to help retain moisture at the base, so we did this year and it has really helped, because when I've been moved all the shallots, the early potatoes, we had lots of roots going into the wood chips for the moisture, so that was a really good tip. I need to get onto putting a mulch more onto the top of them, and I'm going to do an irrigation system, as we lost the polytunnel this year, which we weren't anticipating. The funds that we had for doing the drip irrigation and the bits I'll show you on my plot had to be used for the polytunnel, because we had all the plants, which I haven't even shown you in there yet. Let me go back. So this is the inside of the polytunnel. So we've got cherry tomatoes, we've got our transplanted brassicas ready for the winter, we've got some corn because I had them over and onto the sea. These are the baby pop, which are the mini corns. We've got at the back we've got Carolina Reaper, we've got some red hot wax, we've got jalapenos, cayenne, loads of California Wonder and aubergines. But like I said, the aubergines by the door don't like it because they don't like to get a draft, but they're starting to pick up now. I've been keeping the door shut on the polytunnel even through the day when it's hot, because we have not had the warmth and it's knocking everything back, so I've been closing. So we'll go back up the fruit trees. and not doing too bad. Our poor Sloan thinks it's autumn, that's how bad it is. And even the grapevines, they started to put out the vines this year, and they're already getting their autumn colours because they don't know what bloody day of the week it is. So, but the herb bed's doing well. In here, we've got our sweet lemon and chocolate sweet peppers and a couple of Carolina Reapers, and our tomatoes. We had the first 8 off them, they're already touching the ceiling. But we didn't get much fruit lower down. They seem to be very struggling this year. I don't know whether it's because they've been climbing for the light, but nothing lower down. So I may have to rejig this at some point to lower the vines down and let them grow even higher somehow. I used to have the twine which I could loosen and then drop them on, and I never did it this year because we were just rushing around. As you can see in the greenhouse, we've got all pak choi, spring onions, Chinese cabbage. This is our third sowing of beetroot, so hopefully it'll do something this time. Got our leeks for the winter, but I'm keeping them in here stunted for now until the allium leaf miner threat has passed. And then we've got some unknown cabbages, got some courgettes, later ones, got some French beans, second sowing at the back, and some cabbages, broccoli, collies is a new thing. These are our new blueberry plants, which is, as you can see, they're just starting. And this is off my brother-in-law, this is a kiwi, so we're going to have a go at growing that. So I'll end this video here because this is Hayleys' pot, and then I'm going to do another one, so it's not too long so that I'm not trying to keep you all the time, and I'll do this. And that's goodbye now from the Reddish Rascals on Hayleys' pot.